guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Leslie D. Tuck, where we learn to grow mentally, physically, and spiritually. And in today's video, I am so excited to share with you how my body is changing without extra dieting, without extra exercising. I have not made any changes, but I am getting help. And I hope by the end of this video that you learn that it's okay to get help. So let's get into this video. If you guys enjoy videos like this, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way you can see all my fire videos. And like always, I will be getting ready to go somewhere while I share this information with you guys. So let's get into it. In the last 3-4 months, I've lost about 40 pounds. At first, I was kind of in denial, because I do not weigh myself every day. I don't even weigh myself every month. I don't feel like there's any purpose to weighing myself constantly. I don't want to be addicted to what my body looks like anyway. I just want to enjoy my life, and that's genuinely what I've just been doing. I've just been enjoying my life. And yes, did I make a change? I did, and I will share with you what that is. But before we get into that, I do want to share with you guys what my body transformation has been. I've been through a lot. I've tried probably every fad diet that you can think of. Before I was like a body confidence queen, I definitely gave into the I need to lose weight to be healthy mantra. I remember having to go to the gym 1 or 2 times a day, multiple times a week. I remember when I lost 70 pounds the first time ever in my life, and I wasn't even allowed to eat fruit. I used to get into arguments. My boyfriend was a bodybuilder. We used to get into arguments about eating oranges because he wanted me to hit like a goal weight, but I just wanted to enjoy my life and just let my body do whatever it wanted to do. So I would always get into like these tiffs because I wasn't allowed to eat anything. I was only allowed to eat like ground turkey, eggs, rice, and a vegetable. That was it. And not only that, I had to eat an enormous amount of eggs and chicken, a lot of it. Like I had to eat a lot of food. And I know that's kind of like opposite of what we're taught, but when you're eating whole foods, just like meat, carbs, and vegetables, you can eat a lot more of that because it's not junk, it's real food. But I remember being miserable. Imagine not being able to go out to a restaurant with friends because you don't want to have that awkward conversation of like, oh, can I bring my own food, or what do they have on the menu? Am I going to be able to find anything I'm allowed to eat in there? Do they have chicken breast and vegetables? Like, is there butter in the broccoli? Like, it was so frustrating to have to live in fear of going out and spending time with my friends. And life should not be like that. I should be able to enjoy my life. I remember when I lost the 70 pounds, I kind of hit a plateau. After a while, my body got used to what it was. I was no longer able to lose weight. And I was like, what am I doing this for? Why did I do this? Like, yes, do I feel great? I felt great, but I'm not allowed to do anything. Like, my quality of life was boring. It was probably good physically, but mentally I was bored to death. And if there's one thing about me, I'm never gonna allow myself to be in a position where I have to worry about having fun. It was just not a good time, guys. It just wasn't a good time. I just decided that whatever this lifestyle is, I don't want it, because even though maybe I have the better body, my lifestyle, I wasn't able to show off that body anywhere because I wasn't allowed to do anything. So I was like, this is not gonna work for me. In the moment I stopped eating just those regular foods. I remember I used to come into work every morning with an orange, and I still ate healthy. I used to bring salad in a bag and eat out of the bag. I still had like a healthy lifestyle, but my weight just went back up because I was not able to maintain that lifestyle for the rest of my life. So one of the things that I do have is PCOS. very, very frustrating to find out later on that I shouldn't be doing high intense working out. You know, you go to a personal trainer and they automatically assume this is what works for me, so this is going to work for you. And if I have a hormonal imbalance or something going on with my body, that's just not the case. You sometimes have to treat your clients different than how you would treat yourself. If I have a hormonal imbalance, you shouldn't be doing like high intense working out. And I found this out at the doctor. I went to the doctor and I was like, I do the Stairmaster sometimes for 45 minutes a day. I work out every day. Why doesn't my body look like it? Like, I came to press my doctor, and my doctor was like, okay, well, let's check your hormones. So we did the whole thing. Come to find out, I have a higher level of testosterone, which means I have a hormonal imbalance, which makes it very difficult for someone like me to lose weight. So I was like, okay, so other than that, like, I'm a healthy girly. Like, metabolically speaking, I was very healthy for a very long time until recently, this year actually. I was so fatigued, right? But other than that, I've been healthy for a long time. Blood sugar, everything's really good. So my mental health started to suffer in the beginning of the year. I was like, what am I gonna do about this? Because I'm depressy Leslie, and I don't wanna be depressy Leslie anymore. We're gonna have to change something. So I decided to go to my doctor. I told him I'm fatigued. Like, I don't feel like myself. I'm very adventurous. I like to go do things. But now I don't have any desire to do anything. Like, I don't know if I had seasonal depression or what, but it was not a good time for me at all. Let's get to the makeup, y'all. It's about time. I had to just put my hair up and do something. But let's get to the good part. So I went to the doctor and I told her what I was going through. She sent me to get a sleep study done. Come to find out, I have sleep apnea. Come to find out, I probably had sleep apnea for my whole life. I've snored for many, many years since I was a teenager. And I have been a size 14, 16 since puberty. I didn't change my diet. I didn't eat more. I was actually a thin child until I hit puberty, and I just blew up. Like, I don't know what happened. I just gained a ton of weight. I just got really thick, and you know, there's nobody in my family who's particularly thin other than like my dad now, but he has to remain really active and he eats very small portions because it makes his body feel good. He does what makes his body feel good, but nobody's particularly small in my family anyway. But I was the biggest, let's just say that. Like, that's how I felt. I felt like I was bigger than everybody, and I was also the most active than everybody. I'm like, yo, I played basketball when I was in high school. I was in like, I did like sports, and then I would quit because I was like, this is miserable. And then I did Pipers, which was like dancing or whatever. So I wasn't like an inactive person. And then even in college, I had friends who had taught me how to work out. So I learned how to have a healthy lifestyle pretty early on, and my body never changed. Like, I felt better, and maybe my inflammation would go down, but being a size 16 has always been a constant thing forever. When I went to the doctor and she told me that I could have had sleep apnea, that probably was the reason why I had a higher level of testosterone. And then I have beard hairs on all this stuff. Like, everybody thought I had PCOS. They put me on metformin. Back when I first was frustrated, I said, why do I look like everybody else? He was like, here's metformin, but it made me sick. I had to like pull over on the side of the road and just take a break because I would get like motion sickness in the middle of driving, which is probably not that particularly safe at all. So I learned early on, like, I'm not willing to take the comfort of my life away because I want to look a certain way. I'm not going to stay on a medication that I don't necessarily need because at that time I was healthy to stay or look a certain way. So I moved on and I gained body confidence until this point where I found out I had sleep apnea. I think I have arthritis in my feet. I had sciatica where I had pain coming down my back, down my thigh. And I was like, what is this? I literally just woke up one morning and everything hurt. And I was like, this can't be real life. I can't live like this any longer. And that's what kind of made me go to my doctor and tell them about my fatigue and everything like that. And they were like, okay, like, we're gonna, you know, work this out with you. I got the CPAP machine. And then I ended up going back to my primary care doctor because I really was arguing with her. I said, girl, like, I do not have sleep apnea. I didn't even want to do the sleep study. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, all right, bet. She was right. Let me go back to my doctor. And then every time I had seen her, because Ozempic is like the new craze. She was like, oh, you should go on Ozempic. You should go on Ozempic. And me, I'm like, why do you keep trying to push this on me? I always was like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I want to do it the natural way. That was my fight. I always wanted everything to be natural. I always wanted to work hard for whatever I had. I didn't want to feel like I was copping out and doing the easy thing that could possibly harm me in the future. I was so scared to even go that route. But then one day my doctor sat me down and she was like, I'm not letting you out this room until you talk to some of my interns. She had some of her interns who are doctors, but that are not like quite doctors yet. They were like, I need you to come in here and answer all her questions about Ozempic because I think that this would be beneficial for her, but she's not seeing it. So I need you to just sit here with her and answer all her questions, which I'm so thankful that my doctor did that for me because I was hesitant. She knew I was hesitant. She knew that I did not want to go that route because I just felt like I did not need it. So they sat down with me and I was like, why do you guys want me to go on this medication so bad? Like, what are the benefits of it? And they were like, you know, you have PCOS and there's studies that show that this can really help with your hormones. We also believe that you have insulin resistance because you've had the same doctor for a lot of years and we know that you're very active in the gym. For how long you have been working out and you not having any results, it leads us to believe that you have insulin resistance. It also leads us to believe that because you have diabetes on both sides of your family, you will have that regardless of how metabolically healthy you are. Genetically, you're more prone to it. And if there's anything that we can do to make sure that does not happen, we will do that. And because the Ozempic is really good for insulin resistance, we want to help you. And then now that you have sleep apnea, we don't want you to die in your sleep. You know, we want to get you off the machine altogether. You know, weight loss will help. Obviously, there could be another reason why you have sleep apnea. You could have like all these different things, but let's control what we can control. And this is something that we think would be great. And I, for the first time after saying no for so many months, I finally decided to say yes. I said, God, like, if this is what you want, it will be covered under my insurance. The prior authorization will be, you know, approved, and that will be that. And I really just didn't think my insurance would cover it because I have like the worst insurance, and it did. So come to find out, my health was bad enough for my insurance company to say like, hey, like she needs this, even though I don't have diabetes. It's because I had sleep apnea and I was just so tired. I was depressed. Like I had all these things wrong with me, but I think it was the sleep apnea that kind of pushed people over. There was like a football player recently that died in his sleep, and I think it just made people more aware of the seriousness of of sleep apnea, and it's a very serious thing to deal with. So, I didn't say Siri. So I got approved, and when I tell you I've been on Ozempic, and the reason why I'm saying I've not changed my diet or my exercise is because that's true. I know that, you know, you hear that Ozempic will suppress your appetite and Ozempic will make you not hungry and all this stuff, right? For me, that wasn't my story. I still have cravings. I still get hungry. Do I get fuller or maybe a little bit faster? Yes, but I eat the same amount for before now. I don't eat any less or any more. I literally have not changed anything, even though I should be eating more protein. Like, you know, they tell you like make sure you have a balanced diet and things like that. And I didn't have the worst diet, but I certainly do not have the best diet. Even though I don't have the best diet, I certainly do not have the worst diet in the world. And me sticking to what I stick with, I eat pizza, I eat McDonald's, I eat everything. I've lost weight. And I make this video all to say that it's okay to accept the help. It's very clear that no matter what I would have done, I could have gone on any diet in the world, and there was a chance that I would have never been able to get over that hump of weight loss because of the insulin resistance. There would have been nothing. I could have gotten weight loss surgery, but again, that's not the natural route. And I hope that this encourages people to do their own research and accept the help. It's not about what you look like, because I never went on the medication to lose weight. I was in so much pain and I was so tired, and they were like, we think that this can help you because it helps inflammation, and weight loss would just be a plus. But she knows that my ultimate goal is not to lose weight. She knew that. And I was like, I just want to feel better. I don't have any side effects. I don't have, I've gotten maybe nauseous once, and I lost all that weight off the lowest dose of the medication, which leads me to believe that there was nothing I could have done. There was always something in my body. I remember calling my dad and being like, this is the most frustrating thing of my life, that I've been going through this for years and years and years, and I should feel relieved that there was nothing I could have done. But if anything, it makes me feel terrible because I was so hard on myself for so many years of something that I didn't have any control over. I'm a woman. I'm gonna have cravings. I'm always gonna have a period. I'm always gonna have hormones, like raging hormones, and maybe more than others, just because that's what my life has been with PCOS. And I never gave myself grace. I always was like, I just have to fix it, or I just have to eat better, or I always blame myself. And yeah, is there something I could have done? Could I have just stuck with that diet forever? Yes, I guess I could have. I could have just only ate chicken and vegetables for the rest of my life and called it a day. But I knew that my lifestyle and enjoying my life was far more important than looking skinny. Basically, moral of the story, I finished my makeup, by the way, like she's giving cute. But moral of the story is that I needed the help. It was very clear that a lot of things that I was going through were not going to be resolved off of the regular diet and exercise unless it was very restrictive. And I basically wanted to make this video to make sure that you know that it's okay to get help. Don't make people make you feel like it has to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard. People want us to look a certain way, but they want us to work for it. And it's an unachievable goal to look what people want us to look like. It's not fair for you to have so much pressure. And yes, I didn't change my diet and my exercise, but I am on Ozempic. I am taking a medication that is assisting me, that is helping me lose weight. So it's nothing natural about that, because obviously I'm injecting myself with the medication. But obviously I had insulin resistance. It was a very clear issue. And I'm happy and I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I took the time and the energy to figure out what is best for me. The point is that I am doing what's best for my health. I believe in body autonomy. Do what's best for your health. And again, I'm happy to be in a body that looks like mine as long as I'm feeling good. And for a couple months there, I was feeling so much like trash. And this was a new feeling for me. I never had felt so low and unenergetic and just out of my mind. Like I was not myself. And I didn't want to continue on that path. So I advocated for myself. I went and got help that I required, and I'm excited that I did that. And I hope that this encourages you to do your research. Yes, does diet and exercise work for some people? Absolutely. Does weight loss or surgery work for some people? Yes. Can some people just go to the gym and lose weight? Yeah, like there are people in my life that if they just ate less of one thing, like my dad can just eat less of one thing, and he can eat as much candy as he wants, but he doesn't eat like a lot of red meat or whatever. He eats a lot of greens. He loses weight like that. I could have the exact same diet as him and I still would be stuck in this, I don't feel great. And what spiraled this whole thing is just finding out that I had sleep apnea. And I think that's the diagnosis that helped get me the medication covered by my insurance. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that's what I believe, because I don't have diabetes and I don't think that like weight loss medication is covered under my insurance. However, like sleep apnea could be a deadly thing. You can wake up or not wake up from a heart attack, right? So I didn't want that to be my story. I took it very seriously, and I want you to take your life seriously. I'm not saying that you have to lose weight to look a certain way. I'm not saying that you have to lose weight, period. But I'm letting you know that if you've been struggling, do not allow people to take that away from you. Do not allow people to tell you that you can't get assistance, whether that means that you're on a medication for it, whether that means that you hire a personal trainer, whether that means that you decide to go the restrictive route. Like some people, the restrictive route works for them and they can go for that for the rest of their life. My ex was really good at never eating anything good. He knew food was fuel and he was good with that. However, he's not a woman. It's different. He didn't have like the same cravings I would have. I'm a very emotional eater. I've been through trauma. I've been through things. And some people will say like that's an excuse, but for me, that was my life. So I hope that's very helpful. I hope that you guys appreciate my honesty, and I hope this empowers you to do what's right for you. Forget what everybody else says. Just because it's easy doesn't mean it's wrong. Not everything has to be a struggle, all right? I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe because I will be giving you guys updates throughout my journey, but also just giving you tips and tricks to being your most confident elevator self. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.